Stretching across the narrow isthmus of Panama, the Panama Canal is not just a marvel of engineering, but a pivotal artery in global trade. Since its completion in 1914, this canal has transformed the geopolitical landscape, especially for the United States. Originally built under U.S. supervision, the canal was seen as a strategic necessity. It cut travel time for naval and commercial vessels between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, saving thousands of miles compared to the journey around Cape Horn. Today, the canal handles about 5% of the world's maritime trade. For the U.S., it's not just about commerce, it's about military strategy, ensuring quick deployment of naval forces between oceans. The canal's recent expansion has allowed even larger ships to pass through, enhancing its economic and strategic value. However, this also means that the canal's importance in international relations has evolved. The Panama Canal remains a bridge between continents and a testament to human ingenuity. For the United States, securing its future involves not only maintaining its strategic interests, but also fostering robust international partnerships. Beyond military strategy, the canal has been a linchpin in global commerce, slashing shipping times and costs, thus fostering economic ties across continents. In 1903, after Colombia rejected the U.S. terms for canal construction, the U.S. supported Panamanian independence from Colombia, which led to the Haibunau-Varilla Treaty. This treaty granted the U.S. control over the Panama Canal Zone, a 10-mile wide strip of land in perpetuity. Construction began under the leadership of John Frank Stevens and later George Washington Goethals, employing innovations in engineering, sanitation, and management. The canal, officially opened in 1914, was hailed as one of the greatest engineering feats of the time, dramatically shortening maritime routes between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Fast forward to the 1970s, the political landscape had shifted. The era of decolonization and national sovereignty movements globally made the U.S. administration, under President Jimmy Carter, re-evaluate the Panama Canal Zone's status. In 1977, Carter negotiated the Torrijos-Carter treaties with General Omar Torrijos of Panama, which planned the gradual transfer of the canal to Panama. By 1999, Panama would assume full control of the canal. Critics argued that Carter relinquished U.S. control over a pivotal military asset. The canal was seen as vital for U.S. naval movements, and some believed that in ceding control, the U.S. weakened its strategic position, especially in South and Central America.
The Panama Canal Zone is sovereign United States territory just as much as Alaska is, as well as the states carved from the Louisiana Purchase. We bought it, we paid for it, and General Torrijos should be told we're going to keep it.
There was concern about the economic implications for the U.S., including potential toll increases or restrictions on usage that could affect U.S. trade. Concerns were raised about future security threats, particularly if Panama could not manage or protect the canal from external threats or internal instability. Since 1997, a subsidiary of C.K. Hutchison Holdings, a conglomerate based in Hong Kong, which has been under Chinese sovereignty since 1997, has operated ports on both ends of the canal, Balboa on the Pacific side and Cristobal on the Atlantic. These ports, while not controlling the canal directly, handle a significant amount of the cargo that transits through it, giving China a substantial presence in canal logistics. China's Belt and Road Initiative has found a foothold in Panama, with Chinese companies involved in constructing bridges, ports, and other infrastructure around the canal. Projects like the fourth bridge over the canal and investments in the Colon Free Trade Zone illustrate China's commitment to deepening its economic ties in the region. Through control of these ports, China can gather extensive data on global shipping, which could be used for economic or military purposes in scenarios like trade wars or geopolitical conflicts. The strategic location of these ports enables China to monitor and potentially influence the flow of goods and ships passing through the canal. President Jimmy Carter's decision to transfer control of the Panama Canal to Panama is often cited as one of the most misguided choices in American foreign policy, a decision that tarnished his legacy irreparably. In the bold rhetoric of Donald Trump's second inaugural address, the former president-elect expressed his intention to take back the Panama Canal, framing it as a critical move for the United States' strategic and economic future.
We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Trump's plan to reassume control of the canal is rooted in the belief that it is indispensable for U.S. military strategy. Historically, the canal has been an artery for the U.S. Navy, allowing for swift movement between the Atlantic and Pacific, crucial during times of global conflict. The assertion that Panama charges ridiculous fees reflects Trump's focus on ensuring that U.S. commerce benefits maximally from this strategic waterway. By regaining control, Trump aims to influence toll rates, potentially lowering costs for American vessels, thereby bolstering U.S. competitiveness in global markets. Trump's rhetoric about the canal serves a broader geopolitical message. It signals to allies and adversaries alike that the U.S. under his leadership will not shy away from reasserting its influence where it sees fit, especially in regions historically considered part of the American sphere of influence. Trump's vision might also include a more stable and secure canal environment under U.S. oversight. The canal's operation has faced challenges from climate change, including droughts affecting water levels necessary for canal operations. Trump's plan could involve U.S. investment in sustainable canal management practices, ensuring its longevity and security against natural or strategic threats. In conclusion, the Panama Canal remains a cornerstone of U.S. security, yet successive administrations have failed to address the strategic disadvantage created when President Carter handed control of this critical passage to Panama. The question now looms: is it time for the U.S. to reclaim oversight and control of the canal? Can Trump realize his vision of reasserting American dominance over this vital maritime link? We'll observe the unfolding developments in the coming months and years.